A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold defense of U.S. military actions, the White House confirmed on Monday that a Navy admiral acted within his legal authority in ordering a second strike on a suspected drug-smuggling vessel in the Caribbean. This decision, made on September 2nd, has drawn bipartisan scrutiny following reports that the strike may have targeted survivors from an earlier attack, raising serious legal questions about the conduct of U.S. military operations. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated that Admiral Frank Bradley, who commanded Joint Special Operations Command, was authorized by U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to carry out these strikes. Leavitt emphasized that the operation was executed in self-defense to protect U.S. interests and adhere to the law of armed conflict. This administration has designated these narco-terrorists as foreign terrorist organizations, she asserted, framing the military action as a necessary measure against those threatening U.S. security. However, the legality of attacking incapacitated combatants has been called into question, with critics citing international humanitarian law that prohibits such actions. Legal experts, including George Washington University law professor Laura Dickinson, argue that the strikes do not meet the criteria for armed conflict, suggesting that resorting to lethal force in these circumstances could amount to murder outside of armed conflict. The U.S. military has conducted at least 19 strikes against alleged drug vessels in the Caribbean and off the Pacific coasts of Latin America since September, resulting in the deaths of at least 76 individuals. This has prompted both Republican and Democratic lawmakers to call for investigations into the operations. Critics have voiced concerns over the implications of a verbal order allegedly given by Hegseth to eliminate all threats, including survivors of the initial strike. In response to the mounting controversy, President Trump stated on Sunday that he would not have wanted a second strike on the vessel, contradicting the reports of a direct order for such an action. Trump expressed his confidence in Hegseth, who has defended Admiral Bradley on social media, labeling him an American hero and asserting his support for the admiral's decisions. The White House's position came amid discussions of a potential U.S. military intervention in Venezuela, with Trump signaling a hardline approach against President Nicolas Maduro, whom the U.S. has labeled an illegitimate leader. Trump has also hinted at a comprehensive strategy to address what his administration views as Maduro's involvement in drug trafficking, which they argue has contributed to the opioid crisis in the United States. The situation remains fluid, with lawmakers from both parties pledging to conduct thorough reviews of the military's actions in the Caribbean. Senate Majority Leader John Thune voiced support for the military operations, emphasizing the need to stem the flow of illegal narcotics into the country while acknowledging the importance of understanding the facts surrounding the strikes. Meanwhile, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer has called for accountability, labeling Hegseth's response to the controversy as a national embarrassment and demanding transparency regarding the military's actions. As the investigation unfolds, the implications of these military strikes and the legal justifications for them are likely to remain a contentious issue in U.S. politics, prompting further scrutiny of the administration's approach to combating drug trafficking and its broader foreign policy objectives in Latin America. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.